Kemba Walker, step back, Walker, cardiac Kemba, does it again!
Ubilis, 7 seconds to go. Three-pointer.
Oh! Hutchins! Double order!
Again, comes down to fundamentals.
Oh! My goodness! Sorrentine hit that one from the parking lot.
Watford for the win.
Yes! Yes!
Trip to the Sweet 16. Caney's got it. Rises up. The shot.
And it's good! It's good! From the corner! And it's over! Gonzaga! The flipper still fits! Ha ha! College basketball!
What is going on, dude?
What up, man? How we doing? All right.
Yeah,
What up?
we're not much. Illinois State gets home. Split the Kent State Loyola game with that under, and sweating out Irvine. I did grab it live at halftime, so
Yeah,
fingers crossed.
I'm 1-1. I took a stab again on Illinois State. Went against my better judgment. Got cute with it again. I should have taken Illinois State 2.5, but whatever. They almost I think they won by 11. So and I may or may not have sprinkled a race to 80 points live, and they scored 79. So yeah, that was tough. But man, I got Irvine too. Might have a 1-2 night. I don't think they'll cover the 3.5, but we'll see. So
They'll make a run at it. I mean, they just got it close. They gave up a little run. Now they get the ball back. I think down 4.
And sports scientist Jacob, big Pacer fan over here. I'm repping my Pacers. I was actually watching NBA over that first half of Irvine. I had to watch my Pacers on ESPN. They lose on a buzzer beater. LeBron James tips it in with like 0.4 seconds left, 0.3 seconds left, tipped it in. But shout out sports scientist Jacob. He gave me Tyrese Halliburton over 9.5 assists. Hit with ease. He had 11 in the first half. Thanks, Jacob. Appreciate you, man.
Damn.
MoneyGram. Yo, I need a MoneyGram. Send me a MoneyGram. Send me a MoneyGram. Tyler, yeah, that Gus clip is the GOAT. The slipper still fits. Incredible.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, it really is. No shit. Let's go, Jacob. Having a good day. Ball hard Brit. What up? What up? Let's go. So, looks like a good night for everyone. Yeah. Well, I mean, now we got the Sweet 16 ahead of us. Only a few games left. I mean, this is when we get good basketball, man. A lot of talk about Cinderellas. Is it dead? Is the American dream dead? Is the Cinderella dead in March Madness? I think it's recency bias, but if it happens for two more years or next year, then I'll listen to it more.
Fair enough. I think I kind of see the writing on the wall with how this is going to go, depending how that April ruling goes. Putting restrictions and shit on how the NIL and the portal is handled. I mean, it'll turn into baseball. I mean, essentially, like you have teams that can spend whatever the fuck they want to spend with no problem. Then you're going to be stuck with the mid markets and whatever else that are kind of just stuck in the mud at where they're at. So, yeah, hopefully there's a restriction, a cap, a percentage, something, kind of level it out. If not, I don't feel great about the future of the sport. But regardless, it'll still be better than the NBA. So,
I'll always be a supporter and hopefully keep cashing the units, man. 5 years in a row or 4 years in a row now up on the season. 5 years ago, 2019, 2020, I was down like a couple units on the year. So had consistent growth. I mean, let's keep it going. We've been able to read the board. Let's keep reading the board even through all this portal nonsense. And, I think we still saw upsets at the beginning of the year. Even the year prior, we saw upsets at the beginning of the year. It's not unattainable. I mean, we did see St. Peter's, Fairleigh Dickinson in the beginning of the portal, but that was kind of at the early stages. So, last year, Duquesne, Oakland, NC State. That's how you look at it, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not like there wasn't upsets, but I mean, at the same time, like you had what we have Drake and
Drake,
Nice.
McNeese, maybe
I mean, there were a couple teams that got close, but if you want to count Colorado State, they were
like
favored, but
Taylor,
technically speaking, yes.
8-9, yeah. I mean, you have to count Colorado State. So,
I mean, seed-wise, it was an upset, but, spread-wise, no upset there.
yeah. I mean, I'm gonna have 8 bets, maybe even 10. Might double down on a couple games. So, come on, Irvine.
In and out, wide open 3.
You're behind. How much time is left?
Yeah. 13-11, they just forced a turnover. Pushing, transition.
24,
sky rises. Boom.
Should have been and one. Should have been and one.
Should have been an and one. Where's the freaking?
Should have been an and one. He put a body into him. He put his stomach. He put my big gut into him. He put this. He put a big gut into him. I know the first time Trevor and I get together, we're gonna have a lot of beers because there's a lot of belly room for Trevor and I think. So
yeah. The winter's been it's been long. It's been a lot of hibernation, a lot of sitting on the couch watching hoops, sitting at the bar. Yeah,
dude, I went to the gym yesterday for the first time. I didn't really work out last week, and then I was like, I probably had 100-something beers in Puerto Rico, man. There's one day I at least had 25 when we were on the beach all day. I was just pounding them, just going down easy. Oh man, I was like, this is disgusting. I was in the sauna after the workout. I was like, oh my god, I just like stunk. It was like whatever's coming out of me is toxic. So maybe that's what I needed. I went up yesterday. Let's see if we can handle it and get 2 wins in a row. But betting only 3 games, tough to win. I mean, what you're going to be down like a half unit if you go 1-2. So full unit for you. But yeah, maybe we'll see a 2-unit play from one of us. As we start dwindling down as well.
Yeah. Elite 8, Final 4. I'll probably bump it up, 1 or 2, but I'm not a multi-unit like 10-unit on this or whatever bet, but I will tell you the national championship the last 3-4 years is always my biggest bet of the season. 5 to 10 units, I go nuts. I do post the ticket because I'm not a douchebag who will throw out some random number like that and then be betting $10 or whatever. So I throw it out there, I bet it, and it gets a little sweaty. Sometimes it's absolutely free, like the UConn first half versus San Diego State. That was beyond free. So we'll be getting a little bigger throughout the year here, but
yeah. And we only got a little bit left. I mean, shit. Wish we can get some markets on the portal. Maybe we can find maybe the chat. We can go 1-on-1 with some portal bets or something.
Donovan Dent to Xavier minus 200.
A little virtual shake on where people are going to go. I saw Owen Freeman. He just went to Creighton. That's a good pickup for Creighton. And
big man. Okay,
that man's a Creighton.
Kalkbrenner. Yeah, losing Kalkbrenner. Now they just need a guard to pick up.
Kalkbrenner's back, dude.
No, he's not.
He has another year.
Nuh-uh.
Swear.
He's been here 10 years already. I was going to say, what the fuck?
I'm messing. He's already played for 5. He used his COVID eligibility.
I think his freshman year was the year Carmelo played for Syracuse.
Caleb Love's back, too. Like, they should just have, like,
Love's not coming back.
A super, super senior team. Like, Caleb Love, Kalkbrenner. Remember Bohan, Jason Bohan, or Jordan Bohannon on Iowa. He was like 5 years. Just have like a super senior team. That'd be awesome. Davis, Hunter Dickinson.
Oh God, I'm so glad I don't have to stare at his face anymore. Get him off my fucking TV.
Yeah, minimum.
Who else is really happy he's not gone is Rock Chalk Nation and fucking Bill Self.
Yeah,
get him out of the program.
That's what I was saying. Like, I think Malik Reneau's a much better Hunter Dickinson. Much better Hunter Dickinson. Yeah. A little different, some differences in style of play, but that's what I was saying last night. Irvine, 1-point lead, push it.
They've got that. Who is that? Mbongo or whoever that freshman
Mbaka. He goes, yeah, I'm entering the transfer portal. I'm going to the NBA draft to test it, but there's zero chance I come back to Indiana.
Oh God. Yeah, we'll definitely
3-point
do
lead
some
for
portal shit.
Irvine. 3-point lead for Irvine.
Come on. Get up. Get up. Get loud. Get fucking loud, Irvine.
Come on, Irvine.
Swatted. Get that weak shit
Place
out of here.
is kind of weakly packed, man. I think I see every game
I
I've seen.
know.
Loyola was packed.
That place was jumping tonight.
That place was jumping, dude. There no chance Kent State stood a chance there. I'm glad we took the under. We reversed roles. I found a way to keep Trevor positive during his bets. I just have to be negative and not the one that's like, hey man, we still have a chance. I have to be the one that's negative because I was like, this under's cooked. It was like 21-20 with like 12 to go. I was like, this under's cooked. He goes, it'll slow down. Don't worry, buddy. I was like, wait a second. We fought rules here. So
that's how I used to be at work too. Like I worked with another guy delivering stuff. So it was like we had like an unspoken rule, only one person pissed off at a time. So if I was pissed off, he was Mr. We're fine, man. We'll get this squared away. Go
love this job.
If he was pissed, I'm like, don't worry about it, man. I got it. You go fucking do whatever you need to do.
That's fantastic, man. Yeah, that's a good way. That's a good way to do it. A little 2-man crew. You gotta one stays up at night at the post, keeps watch, one sleeps.
Yep.
Classic, dude.
Low-key Irvine's playing better with Loigton on the bench.
I agree.
Playing a little faster here. A little more mobile.
And shout out to Illinois State, man. Fun team to watch. I tweeted out it, or I tweeted at them, trying to get some clout. Hey, Illinois State, or the Pump Fake Pod. How many times did I bet on Illinois State? Even since November. I mean, I bet Illinois State was one of my frequents, and pretty decent team. Fun team to watch, and they're going to return. They're going to return a couple people too. They just got a foul. 2 free throws coming for UAB, but
God damn it!
But yeah, good run. Yeah, I know, good run there. But yeah.
Well, should we hop into the Thursday Fridays here?
Yeah, let's get into it. Let me pull up my stuff here. We're sponsored by no one. No,
I gotta clear out some browser space.
But Trevor, do you have anything that you want to pull while I pull up some stuff? Yeah, delete all your browser history that you need. And what do you want to plug anything that you're doing tomorrow? I know that we got some opening day stuff while I pull this up as well for baseball.
Yeah, we're gonna shoot to get this done within about an hour and a half or so. 11, I'm going to Kyle Kerms. We're gonna do some baseball, some MLB stuff. We're gonna do, I think tomorrow's Sweet 16 games we're gonna touch on because Moneyline Max on Friday, and they're gonna go through all of those games, the entire Sweet 16. So yeah, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do some baseball. I'm gonna start trickling out some videos and shit here and there. I'll probably do live streams just on here, or I'll upload them to the YouTube off the videos I used to do. So either way, baseball's back. I like it. It can be a grind, 162 games, but it's fun. I enjoy it. Yeah. But
and
that's not what we're here for.
Stay tuned in the off season though for this man. He's got big things coming for us. So yeah, but we got 8 games to chop it up for the Sweet 16, and maybe we have a late night show on Friday night after the games, after the 10 o'clock games resume. So stand by for maybe like a midnight Friday show to go over the Elite Eight stuff.
One of the two. Yeah, if I don't have Kerms at midnight, then yeah. Otherwise, Saturday morning. I don't know. Whatever.
Or yeah, maybe Saturday morning might actually be really good. Wait, no, I can't Saturday morning, but maybe we'll figure it out. Maybe like a Friday night. We'll do a late show Friday night, like 1 a.m. So if people want to watch the replay as well too, after Kerms or 12:30, whatever.
Yeah, we'll figure it out. We'll get it out there. We'll get it out.
We will get it out, but we got stuff to get out now because it's my Super Sweet 16. Remember that show on MTV? If you ever watched it.
That one was my team.
I want a BYU cover now, Dad.
I want the Mormons to cover this goddamn number.
I want the Mormons to cover now, and I want a private concert in this middle, and I want to booze. You're 16. I want to booze. All right.
You can do that here in Wisconsin. You can go to the bar with your parents at 13 and drink beer. as long as
There's
you
a
have a
couple
parent.
states I've been to that's like that, or you can go in the liquor store too and stuff.
Yeah, we can too. Like Walmart will ID you with who's ever with you, and they'll be bitches
Well,
about
yeah.
it. But everyone else is cool.
Oh,
Like
you just walk
you
out.
walk into you just walk into the gas station here and buy a freaking 40 and just walk out to your car and go home. It's kind of a free for all around.
I know girls that used to pop the bottle of Fifths and just shove it in their purses at that age. I'm like, that's ballsy. Woo.
Yeah.
Woo.
Yep. Just
I'm sorry. I don't mean to narc, but that's like 12 years, 13, 14 years ago. So I think the statute of limitations are up. But,
done. Yeah.
I didn't name any names. So, but we do got someone to narc on. It's the betting community and the books. What in the hell, New Jersey? Feel bad for anyone that can't bet on these games tomorrow, because the first game in Newark after CBS is BYU versus Alabama. Look at that total. Ooh, 175-5.
Does it move?
Let me look.
I'm sure it probably went up like a point or two. I thought I saw like 177 earlier.
I think it opened around 172.
171. So it must have come down a little bit, unless I'm getting my numbers mixed up. But yeah, it's up 4
I still see 175. I mean, the over is getting smacked. Race to 100 points might be a bet.
Yeah, you could do race to 90. Someone will hit it. With this one, I mean, Wisconsin, a great offense. BYU still let them put up 89, but they did get the stops down the stretch when they needed to. I mean, like they were up like 13 or something, and then that kid smashed Klesmet in the nuts, and then they kind of made a furious run at it. But I mean, I've heard people talking about they think Alabama has the size down low. They got some decent defense, but I mean, they played St. Mary's. St. Mary's had a ton of open looks, could not hit a three. What did they shoot from three? 3 of 14. So they shot 3 of 14. They couldn't hit anything inside. They still put up 66 for a St. Mary's team, where that's scoring is not really their specialty. So they shot, I don't know, what's that? 38% inside and 21% outside. Put up 66. Alabama defense not amazing. You're going to give open looks to BYU. Good night. I think BYU's got enough size and athleticism to kind of hang and potentially beat Alabama. I think with everybody complaining about all the upsets and how chalk it's been and this and that, I think excuse me, I think we could see some upsets this weekend. And I like BYU here, to be honest, catching 5.5. I know Alabama can run it up on you quick, but guess what? So can BYU, and they have a size interior wise. So, and just their guards and everything are all bigger dudes too. So I like BYU with the points here, the 5.5. I think the money line's live. If this total goes over, it's because Alabama's playing no defense and BYU is going to be able to score. So I like BYU here at the 5.5 and maybe a little money line sprinkle.
Yeah, I'm going to have to side with you here. I like BYU on the spread. I think the 5.5 is telling. I know this opened around 6 and people took the bait. But saw a stat about 6-point spreads and applying in Sweet 16 has got like a crazy against the spread like hit rate. So it is kind of nerve-wracking taking a dog in the situation. But I think Alabama's defense is to be worrisome. And I mean, a rookie coach in BYU, Kevin Young, I mean, is he really going to go all the way to the Elite Eight? It's kind of like a nice story. And we've seen BYU in this position before. I only think BYU's made one Elite Eight before. I can't remember if that was with Jimmer or not, but let me look that up real quick. No, they went to the Sweet 16 with Jimmer in 2011, and they haven't been to an Elite Eight since 1981. Be a great story for them to kind of get a boost. And I think with Alabama's porous defense, they have a chance to expose them and spread the floor. They like to get out. They like to get out. They like to get out into transition. They like to spread the floor. I think that they can spread the floor. We've seen a hot BYU offense and a decent BYU defense as well. And I'm not discrediting Alabama's defense. They have good athletes, but the way they run, the way BYU runs, we're going to see a high-scoring game. Wisconsin scored 89, and they've been proven. Wisconsin's been proven to score this season. But hell, VCU 151 total points with VCU of all teams. They scored 96, gave away 92 to Iowa State. I think we see the 90s in this game, and BYU is able to hang. I like the plus 5.5 here. So give me the Cougars and the Mormons to soak it up in Newark and get it done. Tough travel spot, but I like what I've seen from BYU, and I think they're feeling hot and this change of momentum for them to come in with the number 1 recruit next year and a lot of hype next year. So be a good way to close the season and the start of Kevin Young's tenure.
Absolutely. Shay, shout out about her bridge. She's stuck in the hospital and she's tuning in. We appreciate you. Hope you're all good.
Yeah. Cheers, Britt. I hope all is well. Appreciate you always. Oh man. Praying for you, Britt. That's
damn.
Sending peace and love, and hope you feel better.
Yeah.
That's too bad. Yeah, that's horrible.
Yeah. Hopefully you're good. You're back home at the bar, wherever you hang out and watch the games. Hopefully you're back there for this weekend.
Yeah. Sweet 16. Been able to watch that.
Yeah. I haven't been seeing too much stuff on my Twitter. I've been trying to lay off and take a break off of Twitter as much as I can the last couple of days. Hasn't worked out with all the portal news and shit, but try to limit my time on there. So I haven't seen much of what people are on, but yeah, I mean, Thomas Schott, scientists, Helms, they all like Bama here. So maybe we're gonna have a little battle with the chat here at some point. But yeah, I mean, to their point, the bets are about split 46-56, and more money's coming in on Bama. It has moved up a point? I think it opened 4.5 or something like that. 3.5. It opened 3.5, so it's up 2 points. Already totals moved up 4, and the money line's moved up 50 cents on Bama. So there's some moving for Bama, respected money coming in on that side too. But I just think with the size, the athleticism, I get, and I will give another argument for Bama. It's not going to be in elevation here either, where BYU had a little bit of an advantage. So they still won games on the road.
Even though I called that out against Wisconsin. That's all I giving you shit because you're gonna. It was the elevation. So, cheers, buddy. Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel like this is a little fake sharp, but I'm gonna dive into it. I may even get a little cute with myself and take Alabama first half as well. Or the over. I know I'm a first half under guy, but I feel something about this game that we're gonna see a lot of points, maybe more so in the first half. 47-44, 48-44. I think Alabama leads this game, and something similar to that Iowa State Big 12 game that they come back and end up covering the spread and maybe winning outright. And to BYU's credit, they were able to hang with teams that are just as athletic as Alabama. So let's see if that could translate into the SEC team.
And the teams that gave BYU struggles were up in your face defensive teams too. So, other than that, I don't think Bama's really got that. So I'll take the BYU here. But Maryland, Florida.
Go ahead, brother.
The Maryland Travelers versus the Florida Gators.
You could lead the first 2 early games. I'll lead the next 2.
Sounds good. Yeah, this Maryland-Florida line, I mean, this line sat here at 6.5. I don't think it's moved. I think it maybe opened 6 or something. It's up to 6.5. It's not really doing much. I think UConn gave everybody a blueprint on how to beat Florida. They couldn't hang on and get it done. But Maryland's got bigs down low. They've got athletic guards. The problem is they're not a deep bench. So if Florida ends up getting their style of play a little bit up and down, back and forth, that's going to be a detriment to Maryland big time. Especially with how thin their bench is and Queen and Reese running back and forth. But I think Queen and Reese can, kind of bully around Condon a little bit. They got size on them. Queen can take the ball up top. He was hitting some threes last game too, or a game prior, one of the two. But he started hitting some threes. So if he can, kind of pull that Condon or who's ever going to be Handlogged or Hoff or whoever out a little bit and open up that paint for Reese a little bit, I think they can have some success there and on the glass. So I like Maryland with the points here too. I like that 6.5. I think everybody's kind of penciled in Florida. I know Florida just got their scare; they can bounce back, but I think Maryland, they were dead. They pulled it out, found a way to win against Colorado State. They've got confidence now. They've got a little bit of swagger built with them, and they'll have the size advantage down low. So I like Maryland here with I think their guards can kind of somewhat keep Clayton in check a little bit. It's just going to be Florida's going to need the other guys to do something. And I think Maryland and Willard will have a plan here. I think the 6.5 is a tad big. I think this is probably going to be a 3-4 point game, last possession game, something like that. So I like Maryland here with the points.
Yeah, I've gone back and forth on this one just because this is one of my futures for national championship will be knocked out in this game, but one will also advance to the Elite Eight, and we may have like 3 to 4 available in the Elite Eight, which would be awesome if I could have that and at least get 1 or 2 in the Final Four. That would be ideal, especially if they're on different sides and like a Houston, Florida or Houston, Maryland. I'd be happier if Maryland maybe just because it was a little longer. I took it in February, so good odds, really good odds. But it still is good odds if you want to take it. I've gone back and forth on this one, man. Florida's been explosive. They're able to rebound even a little better with Maryland, even though Maryland's good down low. But Maryland's kind of got that like it factor of it as a team, although they're not as deep like you mentioned. There's some problems with Florida, and I think we saw it against UConn. And although they missed a ton of free throws against UConn, I think we still see the same thing as well. And Maryland doesn't really foul as much, and I think Florida fouls a good amount as a team, way more than Maryland. And I think that might be an issue here to not cover a spread. 7 points. I think we see a much closer game, and Florida squeaks by again as a 1 seed. But I don't know. I don't feel confident that Maryland money line have in my bracket, have a future on them. So I think I'll just take the points with Maryland, just to kind of hedge those winnings as well, and just think that they cover the spread. But got a future on Florida if they win, whatever. But I don't know, just Todd Golden jumping around, looking back at the fans. People want to fade the buzzer beater. Look back, fade that celebration as well too. I mean, it's like they won the Super Bowl against UConn. Both terrible travel spots going out to the Chase Center for both of these teams. Early game out in the Pacific, so you gotta wonder. Florida really hasn't had to go out west. Maryland's had to go out west.
Yeah,
things that are to think about. So I don't know. I'm not going to fade the upset. This does feel like that like trendy team that got their win and then they just get the shit kicked out of them. We've seen that in March Madness many times around the Sweet 16 or Elite 8. But I don't know. This feels like the Clemson team kind of last year. I like this Maryland team. I will take Maryland plus the points. And I think Florida does get it done. But Maryland's defense brings it home, and their guards are able to hang with Florida's guards.
Yeah, I'm with you there. And yeah, I mean, everybody, like, I think Florida's the most picked team to win the entire thing too. So, at some point you got to imagine they're probably going to lose because, I mean, no 30% champion picked winner ever really comes home except for UConn those 2 years. And, I think Florida's damn good. I don't think they're as dominant as that team. So let's go Terps, represent the Big Ten, get it done. Arizona Duke.
Yeah. Arizona Duke, man. What a game here. Caleb Love. Caleb Love gets to come home and face their thing. I saw a tweet about, if Caleb Love doesn't play like hero ball, we might see like a pretty good game here, and how he's been like more of a facilitator. Like that's the Caleb Love that we kind of need, man. I mean, and for them to cover this spread, is the spread kind of telling that Duke is just going to be the force they have and continue moving on. You know what? I kind of think so. I've gone back and forth on this one. I think Arizona, solid team that can get it done, and we've seen them kind of playing good ball as of late. Even when they get down like they were in Oregon, then Oregon kind of came back to let them come back. But this might be Duke's like first big test. I think Baylor a little overrated. And I don't know, man. The 9.5, it just feels like take Duke. They've been rolling, especially with the against the spread. So it just feels kind of telling that Duke gets this done. I will, but I can't bet Duke, man. I can't bet Duke. I believe in Arizona. I think this is their chance that they don't get tested. It does feel like a weird number, but sometimes we've talked about that 9.5 where it's too easy. So I will take Arizona with the points. But maybe I take a stab at Duke win margin 1-10 as well too, like we have, and keep testing this theory on these 9.5 and 6.5 spreads. It didn't get done today on a 2.5 point spread, so maybe that 6 and 9. Pause. We test out the win margin. So, but I'll take Arizona. I think Duke gets it done. They win by 7 or 6. It's a much closer game. Arizona stumbles back into the game after Duke kind of shellacks in the beginning. And they've already played, too. Yeah, and Arizona got embarrassed. Tommy Lloyd needs to get the blueprint ready.
Yeah, this one I was kind of torn on, too. Like, I want to pick Arizona, but Duke did go to Arizona earlier, beat them this year. Caleb Love just had the game of his life, and they snuck past Oregon. They were down 19-4 too. I mean, if you're down 19-4 to Duke, you ain't coming back from that.
No.
As much as it pains me, I kind of feel like this is a Duke spot. Just like, this is the closest team to like UConn that we've seen in the tournament. They're just steamrolling teams. I will say that Baylor first half, Baylor kept it close. It was back and forth. Then all of a sudden the fouls came in. It was 20. It was like 25-24, like halfway through, and then all of a sudden. Duke shoots 19 free throws to the 2, and then the second half, while it's an absolute blowout, 4 free throws to 5. It was like all of a sudden there was no fouls in the second half.
Didn't they end the half on it was like 47-30 though? Was the final score of the first half of that game?
Yeah, they ran them out, and they also shot 17 more free throws.
It's insane, dude.
Yeah, so I think there was a little bit of a Duke whistle going into that, and I think everybody's kind of buying into Caleb Love, revenge after start of the year. Caleb Love, Duke in the tournament, he killed Coach K. They beat him that year, like 3 times or something, 4 times or some shit. I just think Duke is the much better team here. Arizona can get into foul trouble a little bit. Duke's not a team you want to send to the free throw line the entire game. They've got guards, they've got size, they've got athleticism. I know they're all really young, and Arizona's a more experienced team, but you're going to feel like me when you take Baylor 12.5 and they lose by 19. Like you're going to feel dumb. So, I mean, I can see where it looks a little baity for Duke, but I see more of a baity angle on Arizona for them catching damn near double digits in this one. So I think Shire and the boys will have them ready. I think this will probably be like a 79, like 68 game or something like that. Like, gets close to that total, falls short. Duke kind of pulls away late. I think if you want to back Arizona, maybe first half is probably the best bet. That's how I would play Arizona. I wouldn't want to trust second half Duke. They're going to get the whistle a little bit, get some calls, and pull away on this one with free throws. So that's where I'd sit. So I'm going to put Duke. I don't know if I bet it because I'm like you. I just don't know if I can pull myself to do it. If I bet Duke and they lost outright, I'd be happy.
I'm gonna take Arizona. I just think this is the first one that they have an actual scare on, and look out, maybe upset potential. But I'm not gonna bet that. I'm gonna take a stab on those 1-10s, man. I think that's a worthy play.
That's probably the best.
So what? 3 dogs for me tomorrow. That's always fun. But I'll have some more bets too. I know I mentioned first half over in one, a first half under in another. So So stay tuned. Although there's only 4 games tomorrow, I might have like 8 or 9 bets tomorrow. So and I'm going to the bar to hang out with some of my friends, watch these games. So I may even drop some live bets in there as well too. So I'm gonna shoot for 8 to 10 bets tomorrow on a 4 slate game. So I will try to double the amount of games for bets. So, but this is a favor that I'll take. I'm tired of this noise. Arkansas, you've done great. Cal, you've done great with your no roster to having just an absolute laughingstock start to the season to kind of getting respected and then taking down Patino. They had their run. They took down the Darlings of St. John's. But I'm confident in this Texas Tech team in McCaslin. I like the way that they can play. I think they're athletic. I think they can really force Arkansas and kind of expose Arkansas. I don't know if Arkansas will be able to score as much as they have against like they have been against Kansas and St. John's, but I don't think they'll be able to score as much against Texas Tech. Texas Tech, they slug you down on defense. They make you space out and really try to force shots up and not really get anything down low on the buckets. Texas Tech's defense down low, very good. Texas Tech's defense on the perimeter, super good as well. Arkansas normally gets their points, though, inside the 3-point line. They're not a good 3-point shooting team, at least efficiently. So I don't foresee the height difference in Arkansas being an issue for Texas Tech. I think they're still athletic. They play good defense, and sometimes the smaller kids can be good for them down low. They're right at ball length, knock it out of their hands. And I think Arkansas's defense fairly good as well, but Tech's offense translates. Like in Iowa State. Iowa State's always been a defensive team notoriously. Now they finally got their offense. Texas Tech's always been a defensive team notoriously, and they still are, but they finally have a good offense that can translate on both sides of the ball. So I'm going to take the Red Raiders here. I think it's a good game, but on the 5-point spread, I think we see the Red Raiders cover the number and win by 8 to 10 points. And the Arkansas foul game, they show Calipari foul game's going. They're down 8, minute or 2 left. Give me the Red Raiders.
Yeah, I'll take Arkansas here. Calipari, notoriously good in the Sweet 16 rounds. They have the size. I think they can take advantage of that size. I do worry about Avicic kind of getting bullied a little bit. He's a smaller dude. Come on, fucking Irvine. Them getting bullied a little bit, but I still think their guards are playing really well. Calipari's just got this team rolling, and I think with a entire week to prepare against Texas Tech and get to be fresher, I think they can get it done here, and not to mention this is that 5.5 number. Not a fan of that. So I will take the, did he get that to go in? Oh, and 1. Let's go. I will, I'll take John L. Davis and company to get this done. I was, when I saw the Boogie Flan news coming back, I want to know part of this team. Laid off. I actually bet Kansas after I saw that news. And then didn't bet them against St. John's because I did not wake up early enough. So I'll take Arkansas here against the Red Raiders. I think they have the size and the guard play to match up with them and at least keep this close. And I'll give the little coaching advantage to Calipari right now. They're playing a lot better. So give me Arkansas. Give me Tech or Arkansas over Tech. Oh my God.
Jeremy Lin, tie ball game. Mouth logo, Anteater logo 3.
Che is cooking.
Che. Oh, bullshit. I love a good number 77 on the basketball court, too. It's awesome. All right, so we're battling on the late night games, but we're even on the early games. But
yep.
Like I said, I'm gonna have more than just the 4 sides. We're gonna have a lot more bets. Gonna get some volume. Gonna get some totals in there. We're gonna be juggling bets.
Yeah.
Gonna be placing so many bets. We're gonna need more fingers. We're gonna need more fingers. We're placing so many more bets. We don't have enough rings. We're gonna need more fingers. All right, now let's move into Friday. Chris Beard versus Tom Izzo. 3.5 points.
It's tough. I think this is the toughest game of the weekend.
I have a future on Michigan State. Dude, I mean, Ole Miss can kind of bang with the Sparties, but I don't know, man. I love this Spartan team. They've been so fun to watch. They've cashed this good amount of money. It's tough to fade Tom Izzo as much as I know it's Chris Beard, but tough to fade Tom Izzo, man. This Ole Miss team's pretty physical, though. What are you doing here, Trevor?
Come on, Irvine.
Yeah, big possession. I'll try to remain quiet.
Yeah, I like. It's hard to fade Izzo. This kind of feels like a.
I'm going off screen.
But you got Chris Beard, really good.
You got to tune in. You got to tune in. You got to
really good.
You got to tune in. You got to tune in.
Okay.
Second shot. I'm a no timeout either. Need OT. Nope. I can't wait to see your face.
Axel's traveled. Oh my God, he traveled. He traveled. Fuck you, Axel. Come on, Anteaters. They called a timeout. All right. Well, they're doing this timeout. Okay. This game is nuts. Well, going back to that, Jacob saying this is the dog walk of the day for Texas Tech. Bold claim against Calipari and John L. Davis, the GOAT. John L. Davis was snubbed for Player of the Year, I might add. He had my vote.
Jacob's right. Let's go, Jacob. We ride together.
No. Ole Miss, Michigan State. I think Michigan State's got the dude. They're like Izzo said, they're not the most talented, but this team is so gritty and hard nosed and just doesn't give up. I get Ole Miss is good. Chris Beard's really good. But 3.5, you're gonna get. You know what this game feels like? 3-point win for Michigan State.
You think so?
Dude, it feels like it's such a tight game because I think this opened at 3, it went up to 4, and now it's back to.
It's been bouncing back and forth.
Yeah, it opened at 3, it went to 4, and now it's like it's bouncing back and forth. And Michigan State's catching a lot of money. I think this game could land on 3. I don't think Michigan State loses. What the hell? The clock or something? Okay.
We call timeout.
Yeah, you know what? I'm gonna take the points here. I think Chris Beard's a good enough coach, and Ole Miss is playing really good ball right now. I think with a week to prepare, I think Izzo and Chris Beard are somewhat equal in this sense here. And Michigan State, they do tend to start slow. So maybe an Ole Miss first half, maybe you catch Ole Miss jumps ahead or like keeps us within like a point or two, tie game at halftime here. Then, Sparty and company make adjustments. So I'll take Ole Miss with the points. I'm probably going to lean more towards the first half here. To be honest, I just, Michigan State in this tournament has shown they start slow. Bryant, they were trailing at half. They trailed to New Mexico at the gate too. I get that was first round, and they have a week to prepare now, but they had time to prepare for Bryant too. And Bryant was what down 2, up 2 or something at half. So I'll take Ole Miss first half. And then maybe I'll live bet Sparty at halftime here to get her done in the second half. But I think Chris Beard and company will have a nice game plan out the jump, and Izzo and the boys kind of feel them out and see what the game plan is, and then adjust at halftime.
Yeah, I like this Ole Miss team. I took them on the points. I've loved betting this Ole Miss team. How many times we bet them, but I'm not going to fade Michigan State in March. You got to watch that last shot. Oh my God, unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I'm not gonna lie. What happened to the freaking 9 other seconds?
We're cooked,
right,
dude.
Come on. Got to throw it to
went in.
What the fuck was that? You got to throw it to Leighton at the rim. You have 0.7, dude. Why are you throwing it to Che?
Why do you want that? I thought you're on UC Irvine 3 and 4.
That's true, but I did live bet them at halftime. So it's like I was like, I have a chance to get out of here just splitting it for the most part, or I could fucking go down double units, 2 whatever units here. So all right. Come on.
I think Ole Miss feels like the fake play of the day. I know that the spread's kind of telling. I'll say that, but I think this game comes down to fouls, and Ole Miss fouls a ton. Yeah, he is. He's Jen, I don't think you follow Trevor on Snapchat, but every time there's a 69 on the Scoretron, he snaps a picture of it.
Just in conference tournament, somehow I was at the bar hammered out of my mind. It was
29-year-old man-child. No, you were doing it first and second round too.
No, the tournament and conference tournaments. I was sitting at the bar for the first and second rounds.
No, he does it every time. Don't listen to him. He does it every time. You know what? I'm not going to fade Izzo in March. I know it feels like kind of a baity pick, but like I said, Ole Miss fouls a ton. I think Michigan State can expose them there. And, Michigan State's got a huge rebound advantage. And on a short spread, I'll take that any day over a better three-point shooting team. Ole Miss, they kind of live and die by the three a little bit as more so than Michigan State, while Michigan State takes it inside. And I think that rebound advantage will be porous. But Michigan State's the number one defending three-point team in the country. They lock you down from perimeter and kind of expose that game. So I just think there's too many advantages in Michigan State's favor. And this is Tom Izzo. Really excited for this coaching matchup. If Ole Miss wins outright, it won't surprise me. But I'm not going to fade the Sparty in March. And I think they get this done and win by 5-6 with the foul game and the extra fouls and some buckets. I think this will be one of the most physical games we'll see in March as well too. Padula Magic, man, if they get it done, Padula will be one of those guys in March everyone will be talking about, man.
Yeah. Hey, I'm just fading Sparty first half where they've started slow. They can win by 20 for all I care. Just Ole Miss cover that first half.
Yeah.
I think it's 1.5. I'm guessing 1.5, 2.
Right, it'll be 1.5 with that. Yeah, -2 with the push maybe on your stupid Fugazi book.
Oh yeah, I want to just look
on that shitty state.
Yeah, trust me, I'm not the biggest fan of it either. Michigan State. All right, what's this number gonna be? 2. So yeah, I'll see you at maybe it bumps up a little bit. I can get a better number, 2.5 or something, but I'll take the first half. What's going on, Cup of Joe?
What up, Cup of Joe? Let's go, Izzo. Let's go, Cup. All right.
No, do you know who won this season series?
2-0. And you know what? I know that teams can beat teams 3 times in a row, but and it is Rick Barnes in March. So fading him is very, very profitable. But he's also one of the most winningest coaches in March. But this feels like a Tennessee spot. I think on the number, it feels like a Tennessee spot. I'm going to take Tennessee for sure. I like this Kentucky team. I've definitely battled you guys on Kentucky. I know I took Kentucky outright against Tennessee on the injury news when they were catching an 11.5. I took them spread and money line. That was a big hit on the year. But I think it's going to be an issue for Kentucky, and Tennessee's defense prepares themselves. Coming to Indianapolis, this game is going to be a home game for both teams. Both teams travel well. Kentucky, not a far drive than Indianapolis, Indianapolis, and Knoxville isn't either. And Tennessee fans are psycho, and so is Big Blue Nation. This game is going to be a home game for both teams. It will be nuts in there, even in the football stadium. But I think it's going to be an issue on a neutral, especially it's going to favor the defense and some missed shots for Kentucky. Tennessee's defense is able to clamp on the 3, and we know Kentucky lives and dies by the 3. And they've been super hot to end the year. They're hot against Illinois. They're hot against Troy. And we've seen them be able to just give up a lot of points. Even against Tennessee, Tennessee wasn't hitting any shots. They really just haven't been effective. But, I think on the short spread, better defense and longer average possession, I've been favoring these defensive teams on this type of number, and now they're laying points. It just feels like a Tennessee spot here. I hate taking Rick Barnes, but maybe this is his one shining moment to at least get to a Final Four. And then Zakai Ziegler as well could be on that super senior team also that we were mentioning earlier in the show.
Yeah.
He has his March moment also.
Yeah.
Give me the balls.
Yep, we agree here. Haven't seen nut butter in the comments tonight. Hate to see it, but yeah, fuck Kentucky. This is Tennessee spot. Tennessee beat them twice this year. Now we're heading to a neutral. Tennessee's laying 4.5. Everybody loves Kentucky here. Kentucky's playing great. Kentucky this, Kentucky that. Rick Barnes, like you said, not profitable in the tournament here. He's like what, 50% roughly, give or take a little bit, 55%. But I think, this team doesn't want to lose, and they don't want to go out losing 3 times to Tennessee. Rick Barnes, he needs a freaking national title, man. Like he's a legend. He needs one, get him back there at least, a Final Four. I like Tennessee here laying the 4.5. Everybody's betting Kentucky, money line, spread, everything. And this number is just sitting where it's at. And this total feels more like a Tennessee total too than a Kentucky total. And if Tennessee's going to get done, it's going to be on Chaz Lanier and Zakai Ziegler, Jordan Gainey too, to show up. And who has showed up this tournament is Ziegler and Lanier. So yep. I like Tennessee outright here, 4.5. I'll lay it. Give me the Vols up.
All right, we're both volunteering there. Love that. All right, you can take the next one because your boy's got to refill his bevy.
You do it. Michigan, Auburn. Auburn has not looked incredibly great to me. I know they're in the Sweet 16. I know they've handled. I can load this up. I know they've handled. Here we go. Oh, I got these out of whack, but whatever. I know they handled Alabama State. Congratulations, and then Creighton. They pulled away late, so they pulled some of that early season voodoo out of their ass, where they just pull away the last 5 minutes of a game, and cover the spread here. But I'm really curious as to how Janai Broome is going to handle 2 bigs going at him. Danny Wolf and Vlad Golden. And Vlad Golden, he can bully around too. Like he doesn't give a fuck. He's a Russian. He'll go toe to toe. He'll bully you. And he doesn't really care. I think Trey Donaldson too. Revenge spot against Auburn here. He hit the portal. He goes to Michigan. Now they meet up here. Michigan, Dusty May also. Let's not forget my king going to the Final Four with FAU. Should have been a national championship game. Fuck you, Lamont Butler. And I just think he's, I'm not saying Bruce Pearl's not a good coach, but I think Dusty May is more of a tournament coach. Like the regular seasons, he was never really great, but these tournaments, he finds a way. I know they lost first round to FAU with FAU last year, but he was also getting calls for jobs. So I don't think he was too focused, but, gets his Michigan job, Michigan not winning by margin, but they're keeping games close and they're winning these 1-score games. They find ways to win. So I like Michigan here with the 9.5. I think everybody still is in love with Auburn. Auburn crushes this and that, but they haven't looked fantastically. Creighton was up on them or tied at like halfway through the second half too. And then Creighton just went 7 minutes without scoring. And then didn't cover the spread by 2 or 3 points. So I like Michigan here. Give me the 9.5. I think they have the guard play, Roddy Gale, Vlad and Danny Wolf, to kind of make things, frustrating for Auburn. And not to mention Baker Mazar is liable to get ejected at any point in the game too. So give me Michigan. Yeah, he's coming. He's actually coming back. He's gonna be 26. He's gonna be 26. Like, bro, go get a fucking job. Or fucking go to Europe or something. Jesus Christ.
Enterprise.
You know what? I'm going to play Michigan. I'm going to play the money line too a little bit because they always play close games. So if I can get this money line at plus 330 roughly, shop around. Plus 330, I will sprinkle that a little bit too.
Yeah. What's the splits looking like on your splits?
Well, 65% of bets, 71% of money on Michigan, and 27% of bets, 57% of money on the money line. So, yeah,
And
well,
they
the
opened
sharps
it,
and the publics are liking Michigan.
but
Here.
they opened at 7.5 though, and people are
Yeah.
betting Michigan, and it jumped 2 points.
It's a fair point.
They're not afraid to take that Michigan money.
Hey, Incarnate Ward did the same thing the other day. They took a lot of bets in action.
That's the CBI. That's the CBI. Only sickos like us are betting those games. But oh, I feel like Michigan's a fake sharp play, but I kind of want to take Michigan. But
I'll go down with the ship.
it feels like a fake sharp play with that kind of line movement, man.
Yeah, it does, but I just don't trust this Auburn.
You
team.
love Dusty May. It is a problem for them down low, though. I think it will be an issue. It's a solid angle.
Make your fucking free throws, bro.
It is Auburn, man. They're so physical. I don't know if Michigan. I'm gonna battle you.
Oh, why did you try to touch that? Let it go out.
I don't know. UAB's all over the place. They touched it again. Review it. UAB's a good team, man. I may need a night of sleep on this one. I'll be honest. I'll definitely have I'll have the picks for these games in tomorrow, and I do like the over in this game as well. I'll double down on this. I think we see a ton of points. This game's in the 80s, which might favor Michigan here. With the amount of points scored, higher points scored, no way they can extend it by 12 points and cover that over. So on that principle, I like Michigan, but just feels weird with that line movement, man. I'm going to need a night of sleep on the spread. Check the picks page for me on that on our sheets for tomorrow. And but yeah, I do like that over there, so I will be betting that for sure.
I mean, you could argue that Auburn knows Trey Donaldson, knows what he likes to do and what he doesn't like to do, how he operates. So maybe they, force some turnovers, make life hell on the guard there. But I still gotta go.
I'll lean Michigan here. And I'll definitely take the over. Definitely putting that on the sheet. But stay tuned on what I do on the spread. Now I know it doesn't sound like I'm confident, but I'll lean Michigan here. This is one. I've always been sharp about these. It's my night of sleep bet before we put the picks. But I need a night of sleep to decide that. So stay tuned. My picks will drop around early afternoon, around lunchtime. Got some work to do in the morning, but I'll drop all those picks on the picks page, what I bet. And like I said, we'll have at least 10 to 12 bets. We're doubling down on each game. We're having fun. We're getting crazy. We're spending our units like crazy. Booking trips. Life's great. All right, last game of the night.
Purdue, Houston. Kick us off, Mr. Indiana.
Oh man, I'm you know what? I feel obligated to take Michigan now, low key in my mind, because I'm going to lay the points here, and I got 7.5 on FanDuel. I think this Houston team. I know it's a home game for Purdue. I know that Houston got a shitty ass draw, but I think that goes in their favor. And Houston's going to be able to expose Purdue's weakness, and that is down low and also 3. I think they will have to have an answer for Trey Kaufman-Renn. But they're able to be physical enough where I think they're going to be able to cause him problems. And, Houston's going to have to be able to draw some fouls here. I know it's not a part of their game, but they can get Kaufman-Renn in foul trouble. I don't see Purdue's guards being able to hang with Houston, man. I know Houston's so physical. I think Braden Smith will be just fine. I might even take a Braden Smith prop. Get some player props on the sheet. That'd be fun. But Houston's defense alone is going to cause issues. And I don't know, man. I think Braden Smith, he's kind of looking elsewhere, man. He's looking to get out of West Lafayette. He wants to go somewhere else, man. I can kind of smell he's going to go to maybe one of the schools that are in Indianapolis this year, or him and Nate Oates would do pretty well together, don't you think?
Rebound. No, if you think Braden Smith is leaving Purdue,
want to bet?
Go take a drug test. Go take a drug test, dude. I will bet he is not leaving Purdue.
Want to bet?
The kid's born and raised in Indiana, got recruited. I'll bet you whatever you want to bet.
Want to bet?
Drinks at the 500. I'll fucking bet you.
Want to bet?
By that time, we'll know if he stays or goes.
All right, I'll take.
Why? What do you know?
You're giving me. So you're taking Purdue. I'll take the whole floor. You can transfer to Cleveland State, and it counts.
What do you know that he's going to leave?
He's gone, man. He's leaving.
Why?
Promise. He missed it. Rebound. Yeah, this white guy so lazy. Just fucking stick your hands up, dude. You're like 7'3".
Dude, when Leuchten's on the floor, there.
Yeah, Leuchten. God, I can't say his name or I'll get like canceled on accident or something. Say like lesbian or something. There he is. There's Leuchten. Yeah.
What kind of information do you have that you think Braden Smith is going to leave Purdue?
Just try. I mean, Jen's got some information. Look.
Yeah, he's going to Illinois.
Have you ever been to West Lafayette? That'd be great.
No. Yeah, exactly. He doesn't want to. He's not voluntarily leaving Purdue.
I bet he leaves.
I bet you he doesn't.
Houston rolls here. Give me Houston. I think they're doing me too physical for Purdue, and I think Painter will have them going. They'll be able to play this game, but this is a game that gets away from Purdue late, just because they're going to get kind of outclassed by Houston. I know Purdue won at Mackey against Alabama, but that's against Alabama. I mean, this is Houston's defense we're talking about. If anything, you're worried more about Houston's offense than their defense most of the time.
Yeah, but I don't think Houston's really got a massive – some of the guards, yeah, but I think Cryer will probably be matched up on Braden. They're about the same. And then you'll have Sharp on Lawyer. You know, obviously bigger. Lawyer's a freaking bag of sticks. But Kaufman, Wren, and Juwan Roberts, I think, match up pretty well size-wise. I think fairly decently matched up. But
you're taking Purdue for your parents. Just admit it.
No, I faded them. I took fucking Indiana. Let's not forget that. I was on IU.
I know.
No, I get it.
First game though, not the first.
Lost a game in game. Is this in Cambridge or something?
Yeah, they lost in Cambridge against Texas A&M.
Yeah, they already lost a game here. I think people kind of remember that.
Not in Cambridge though. It's in Lucas Oil. So bullshit.
Oh yeah, do you see the setup for this?
Yeah, well like the Final Four will be like the 600 levels are open, like on both sides. It's like suspect. I went to the Final Four in 2010, not the championship game where Gordon Hayward shot, but Michigan State, Butler, Duke, West Virginia, absolute peanuts out there, man. I mean, can't see anything. Air ball, please. Foul game.
Get bent off the floor, feet airball.
I heard they're not doing Cambridge because since Lucas Oil is hosting a Final Four, I think the Final Four is next year, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe 2 years.
Again?
They use it as like a test. You fucking idiot!
Don't like to hear that. He just airballed it.
Even worse.
What, they turned over the inbound?
I can't wait to see your reaction.
God, they turned over the inbound, didn't they? And they got a dunk.
Have you not seen it yet? I'm already on.
Oh my God, catch the fucking ball, dude. Oh, sweet fucking mother of Mary. All right, hands up, defense.
Yes!
But no, I'm kind of torn on this one. Like, I don't want to take the over. I think both offenses can score. You know, I don't think they'll really have much of an issue scoring. Oh, oh my God. No. We missed two with the rim. Get a fucking rebound. Thank you.
I
All right,
thought they didn't foul. I thought they didn't foul. Please let him make. He needs to make both for me. He needs to make. Please root for that.
Virgil, that was funny. And you know what's funny is that guy's comment is Corby just hit the over too. So go suck something, whoever that guy was. Yeah, I don't know. This game, I'm really torn on this game.
I got 7.5 on FanDuel, by the way, too.
How many
Purdue team total first half under? Come on, one last time. Maybe not last time.
Neutral.
Yes. No three. No three. Sorry, Trevor. I got to react to this because this is.
I'm muting you for the last these free throws. Bang! One more. Come on, one more.
Oh!
Give me a push.
No!
Give me a push on the 4.
Yes. Let's go. 2-1. We just made a little under a half unit tonight. 0.46. Can't be mad about it. We're inching our way through March. Big. More volume tomorrow.
No fouls.
More volume tomorrow, baby.
Oh, let's go. All right.
Let's go, baby.
I hit the live money line, and then I hit the I pushed the 4. I had 4.5, and then they had 4 juiced, and they let me cash out and get my money back for no penalty.
Nice.
So
Yeah, I looked at it this morning, and I got 3.5 immediately. I was like, let's go. Banged it. It's minus 120. But the under was a damn near a pick 'em. It was minus 105. So
what was the under?
For the Kent State Loyola game, I owe that bet.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that game was dead. I took a shower and I came back and I think there was like 6 points scored in like 8 minutes. I was like, perfect.
I think I gotta go to Hinkle next weekend. I think I gotta go to Hinkle next weekend.
Dude, Irvine versus
North Texas, great game. Chattanooga versus Loyola, great game.
Those would be great games.
Dude, that kind of would be. Dude, it's gonna be Loyola versus.
It's gonna be Loyola, North Texas, and then Chattanooga. Chattanooga. Yeah. Oh, North Texas and Irvine.
Just said that, dingo.
I just popped up.
I know. I got to go to Hinkle. It's in Hinkle. That's 18 minutes away from me. Hinkle.
Do it.
I gotta go. I'm gonna definitely go for the semis or the championship. I'm not sure. April 1st or April 3rd. Little April Fools date.
The day after the national championship, we get a doubleheader NIT semifinal. Let's go.
No, we don't.
Banger games. It's next Tuesday.
Yeah.
Oh, wait, it's a week. Never mind. The week.
Final four is not even to a final weekend. Yeah, following weekend.
Well, but anyway, back to this Purdue. I'm torn on it. I'm gonna
lay it, Gemstar. Yep, lay it, Gemstar. You know it.
I'm gonna sit. I'm gonna sit on this one. I'm not sure.
Virgil.
I'm not sure.
Oh my god!
How many money line parlays are gonna have? Freaking Houston and Duke and Florida. Like everyone's gonna take those guys.
Yeah, I mean, dude.
If there's a 1 seed, to lose,
I'm doing the first half team total under for Purdue. I know it hasn't been as fruitful as it was at the beginning of the year against. I already can't wait for November betting Houston team total or whatever team they're playing. Jackson State when it's 21.5. Don't care.
It'll be a new year. They'll set it at like 25, 26.5, like absolute idiots, and we just nuke it.
Oh man, I'm definitely betting Maryland now. Len Bias is 30 for 30s coming on, or
oh shit, it's a sign.
It's a sign.
Terps. Yeah, so that's where I'm sitting here on these. I'm gonna pin the thing under the sheet.
You're betting Purdue for your parents.
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think it's too many points. It's basically a home game. But
take the council flag off and put the Purdue flag on. We know you want to.
I don't have a Purdue flag.
Oh yeah, you do. I thought you do over on the other part of the room.
No, I have some pictures.
Oh, I thought you had like a Purdue poster or something.
No, I'm actually.
You have a Colts
right. I do.
You have a Purdue banner or Colts banner.
Yeah, I've had those hung up for years.
Yeah, bring the Colts banner on stream next time.
Yeah, maybe if we talk NFL.
Yeah. Maybe. Too bad I'm not talking NFL.
Yeah.
Hell no. Jackson. I'm looking at Michigan State, New Mexico's replayed on CBS. But yeah, man, 8 games. These hour shows aren't too bad. I know that on a 35 to 50 game slate in conference tournament, hell, even 136 game slate, we'd be crushing for 4 hours. It does feel a little more comforting to get these picks done in an hour. It looks like we may be battling here. I have a feeling you'll bet Purdue. I have a feeling.
I'm not sure. I may play that first half under with you. I may just play the game total under or something. You know, I feel like they can score, but then you got to factor in they're playing in a damn football field or football arena. You know, shit's brought in. You know, sight lines are going to be weird as hell. Yeah, it's a weird spot. I don't know. Painter versus Kelvin Sampson is going to be a great one. To watch, that's for sure. That's the other thing is like you got to factor in Painter. Like, got to give Purdue 1.5 for that, you know. But then you could argue take away 1.5 for Sampson, so it kind of washes out. 8.5 feels a tad high. 8.5 feels a tad high, but Purdue their defense is pretty fucking trash.
Yeah, I don't know, man. If Houston's got to be able to expose Painter and or expose Purdue's weaknesses, their weaknesses definitely up there. So. That'll be interesting, man. Braden back home. Purdue will be packed. Houston may have the least amount of fans in Indianapolis as the 1 seed.
Yeah, they got to travel like 1,089 miles or some shit. That
I would walk 500 miles, and I would walk 500.
Dude, they kind of helped out Purdue too because now their fans are going to get fucking hammered and then show up at that game for the last game, the Sweet 16. You're going to be freaking toasted.
That'd be roasted, bruh. You're saying Purdue will?
Yeah, their fans are going to be toasted.
Nah, they don't drink. I'm just kidding. I got a good buddy that boozes. That's a Purdue fan. So, shout out to everyone.
I get it. But this is, you know, the Big Ten tournament doesn't mean as much as the Sweet 16 and shit. Like, do they want to win? Yes. Purdue played absolutely horrible at that game too, and they had to deal with 2 7-footers. They're not going to have to deal with 2 7-footers down low on Ren in this one. I get Houston's physical and shit, but they're not incredibly tall. Like, Juwan Roberts like 6'10". I'm not sure. I'm not sure. We'll figure
it out. One last time, team total under first half. Come on. Fuck the fans. Purdue trash. SRT_clips, my man. That's funny.
Yeah, well, Wisconsin's dead, so now my fandom rides on Purdue from here on out.
Danny Dumpship, Houston will be out fan 8-1. Danny, let's roll. Let's go to
metrics.
Danny. Let's go to the NIT next week. Come down. Let's link up for the NIT. I guess Valpo is kind of far though, but all right, man. Well, shit, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I mean, any final words? Any final Elliot and I kind of got on a tangent about the portal. We saw the numbers dwindling on the live after our picks. We were talking about the portal. Trevor, you got any final words? I'm not going on a rant like I did last night. So
no, I'll save the whole NIL and portal shit. We'll have a full episode on that, and who knows how long that'll take. But we'll have that done probably after, I don't know, after the season, a week after, let everything settle, and then go from there, see everything that's going. Jen wants favorite picks for Thursday.
Yeah, let's do a fave. We'll tap Elliot too. I know 3 people on the 4. Elliot's doing some work right now, so he said he'll get his picks in on the sheet. I'm gonna go. You're gonna hate this, Trevor.
You're gonna go Houston.
No, it's Thursday, buddy. I'm going Texas Tech.
Oh yeah. That's fun.
And Robert Martin, shout out Robert Martin, my man. Houston gonna skull fuck Purdue. Censor this. Houston's gonna skull beep Purdue. Let's go, Robert Martin.
No. I think that game could.
Coach, love from Canada. Let's go. Thanks, man. That's how we have to extend love around here in these relations with USA and Canada. The basketball community is bringing us together.
Back channels.
Let's go, Robert.
You know what? Let me look. What is BYU team total? It's up to 176 now. 90. BYU's only 85.5. 85.5.
You're gonna go team total, the over.
Don't hate it. If I had to pick a favorite for tomorrow,
You don't have to pick. It doesn't have to be a favorite.
no, just my favorite play.
BYU
You know
going
what?
pumpkin ride at midnight, fellas.
You know what? I'll take let's take the Maryland Florida over.
Okay.
Over
What's
157.
152, 157. I was
Yeah,
thinking
160. I think, Maryland's got size, and just give me the +6 for Maryland. Just give me the +6 for Maryland. I don't do totals. I think they got the size and the athleticism to get it done. I mean, Derek Queen, Julian Reese. Derek Queen started to shoot a little bit better. The guards are really good. I do worry about their depth a little bit, but I think Willard and company, they've got something going here. Like kind of like what you said, they got a Clemson vibe to last year.
Yeah.
So I'll take Maryland with the 6, and then you got
Texas Tech -5.5.
Texas Tech -5.5. All right, let's do
I know
this.
you hate it. Probably like
if I bet Arkansas and then it comes down to the end, I'll make money one way or another via parlay, or I'll win my 5.5. But
Texas Tech plus what, 280, or is it plus 280 on that? Something
plus 256.
Plus 256. All right, that's pretty good for two. Definitely can happen. Everyone, I will have other picks in there, like I mentioned. So take a look at the sheet tomorrow around at the latest 3 Eastern, but I'll try to get it done by all my picks in by like 1 Eastern. And in the morning, I'll try to get some in too, at least the ones I bet. So take a look at that. We'll have some other picks in there. We'll do some first half over-unders. We're going to get absolutely crazy with it. With this many games, I want to quadruple down on, or with this little games, I want to quadruple down on. I know it might not be the smartest. We got units to spend. I want to sweat so much. Stay tuned for some live bets out there too tomorrow on the sheets. So yeah, Trevor, you want to plug where you're going here in about 15, 20 minutes?
Yeah, but first, our number one fan, Nut Butter's here.
Nut Butter. Hey,
Nut Butter's
hey,
here.
Brother.
Yeah.
What up, Nut Butter? Hey, brother.
Again, once Friday night hits and we do the late show, we're not going to see Nut Butter anymore after Rick Barnes and Zakai Ziegler and Lanier just drop his nuts on old Mark Pope's bald ass head. So let's go.
Trevor,
Tennessee.
Trevor, I got a funny story for you. So you're going to appreciate this. It was my junior year of high school. I'm on a cruise, and there's these massive Kentucky fans, and that was when they went on that run with Andrew Harrison and on like a 9 seed, and they played. Who did they play in the Final Four that year?
9 seed. What year is this? 12?
The 2014.
14.
They played Wisconsin in the Final Four. So Wisconsin
that was
made
15. I thought, wasn't that 15?
2015 is when they won the championship and they beat Kentucky.
No, that was the Final Four. We lost it. We got reffed by Duke.
Yeah. But Kentucky you guys played in the Final Four in 2014. I was massively rooting for Wisconsin against Kentucky fans. Just want you to know that. I don't know if I would anymore, but I was massively rooting for Wisconsin against Kentucky on that, and going against some Kentucky fans. But hey, Mr. Pope, it ain't nothing against Kentucky. I bet I took them outright against Tennessee when they were down a couple players, and they were catching 11.5. So, but yeah, best of luck tomorrow, man, or whatever when that game is. Friday. All right,
yeah, my brain doesn't remember shit like you. My brain is not.
Yeah, remember Harrison hit like 2 massive shots and shit. That Wisconsin made it to the Final Four 2 years in a row, and then
with the Decker, Kaminsky, Nigel Hayes, Gasser, or whatever the fuck his name was. Yeah. Yep. I know the 2 greatest teams we ever had, and this year had potential for a run until the committee fucked us and put us in elevation against 2 elevation teams. So shout out the committee for
elevation to Wisconsin. Don't do it. They're too drunk. They're too drunk. So
fans showed out. Shout out the fans.
drinking in altitude is never successful, or it is successful what you're trying to accomplish. So,
Yeah.
But all right, that's our show. Trevor's going over to Kyle Kerms here, so tune into Kyle Kerms' show here around midnight. And we appreciate all you guys. There will be no show tomorrow just because we gave out our picks today. But we will probably have a show at some time Friday while we figure it out. We'll tweet out what time on Friday. It'll probably be later because there's games on at 10 ending. So probably will be a little later into the night. But we want to get our Elite Eight picks out for you guys. If there's no show, I think there's going to be a show. But we will always have our picks on the picks page. But we will try to have a show on Friday night. So see you Friday. And appreciate all you guys. Cheers to everyone. You guys are the best. Elliot will get his picks page on the picks page as well. And, let's cash some bets tomorrow, everyone. Cheers.
Okay. Toodaloo, guys. Or toodles.
Love.
We'll catch you guys later.